Okay. This thing working? Is it working? Alright, so I want to talk today about that first time I ever did Goetia. Um, if I know I had a video out there where I had like braids and stuff, for all of those who saw it. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna do it again, because I've rearranged all my content, and so I'm gonna talk more and more about my occult experiences and doing magical systems such as Goetia. First of all, if you're gonna start doing this system, I suggest you read Poke Runyon's book, The Magic of Solomon, and or the Book of Solomon's Magic, sorry, by Carol Poke Runyon. This is like one of the best books on the subject, mostly because it has as a correspondence all the other angels that take on the demons, and it's a great system when you actually like go into it. Now, let's talk about that first time I ever did Goetia. Okay, I showed up at my friend's house, and it had to be like some point in late October or early December in 2009. Um, I showed up because was a place where we went to just smoke. It was basically the party house during college, and I just wanted to go and hang out with my friends who were, we were into magic and tarot cards and stupid shit like that. So I find my way down there, and when my friend lets me into his house, he's just like, "Hey, we're gonna summon a demon tonight." I'm like, "Okay, fine. It sounds stupid, sounds dumb, but sounds magical. Let's do it. Let's try it, right?" And I really didn't care for spiritual evocation before that because I didn't really know what it was or didn't want to fuck with it, right? And well, we spent like an hour and a half assembling the implements. So we made our little pentagrams of Solomon, our hexagrams of Solomon, the demon seals that we were going to use. For those people who are actually getting into Goetia, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those who don't, let me see. Thank God I have visual aids right now. Alright, so we spent time making these two things, right? So you got your pentagram and then your hexagram. So the pentagram you would put with basically on one side you would have that, and then the other side you would have your spirit that you're going to summon, right? And this is to bind the spirit to the physical realm, okay, or to you. While the hexagram, is more meant to bind you to the deity, right? And so we spent a bunch of time doing that, like, an hour and a half, and you never know how hard these things or how easy these things are to make until you actually do them. And we made them out of paper, a lot of construction paper. My friend, he ended up basically getting like paper crosses to put them on, which was, I guess that's what he was thinking. Guy's not really that smart when it comes down to any sort of system or religion or anything. So yeah, we do this and we're like, all right, we're gonna summon a demon. But then this girl shows up, right? And she's got a few friends, right? And then they're like, then some more people show up, some more girls and some more girls, and then like, so we got done creating our implements at roughly 7 o'clock, and then by 7:30 the house was packed. I mean, packed wall to wall, just filled with heads, and everyone's partying and having fun and doing their thing. And it's literally like every girl we've ever met was there. Like, we're like, "Hey guys, we're gonna summon demons," and then every fucking girl shows up. I realized what was going on as well as one of my friends, because basically it was like two other people besides me who were trying to do this. So we end up partying with all these girls, and we're like, "Yeah, sweet, party, right?" But in the back of my mind, I understand that this is the demon or spirit or daemon basically playing a trick on us. Like, oh, you thought you were going to summon me, Buck. Guess what? You're going to party with all these girls. And like, I didn't mind. I honestly didn't mind, because come around 11:30, the triad that were basically, conspiracizing to summon a spirit, we're like, okay guys, we need to make a choice here. We could either A, party with all these girls, or B, kick all the girls out. All the girls. Every single one of them. Because we're not telling them that we're going to summon a demon. That's straight up girl repellent. That's not even like girl repellent in the moment. That's girl repellent like forever. Forever. So we figure it's like 11:30, coming about 11:45. We're like, okay guys, everyone needs to leave. Everyone needs to leave. We need to get out. Y'all need to get out. You need to go. We got shit to do. No one understood what we're going to do late at night. And I'm just sitting there like, man, we're kicking out all the girls. Okay. It's 11:56. Everyone's out. Everyone's gone. We start setting up a little circle. We got a triangle with the spirit seal inside. We got our little lamens, our little pentacles. We're ready to do this. And, we're like, just sitting there like, okay, we're gonna do this. Right? 1 second. Stupid door. Anyways, so we're thinking, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna summon this spirit. And it's me, Andrew Haskins, Luke Madrid, who I used to do a podcast with, but he won't even tell me why he won't even answer my calls. So, whatever. I mean, it's not like the whole idea was to monetize our friendship or anything. So, I guess he's just whatever. It's not the place, not the time. Different video. And then Aaron Bass. Aaron Bass was this, I want to say a jackass, but mostly because he was like heavy into drugs at the time. So I had like this heroin addict and a fucking spazoid who doesn't understand that like, being like, oh, I'm Lucifer is it turns girls off, and that's why I can't get laid, right? So I'm sitting there in this circle with two jackasses, right? And I recognize that they're jackasses, but they're my friends, right? I mean, I understand what it means to be a friend. It's not the people you choose, it's the people you end up with, because they were interested in magic. I was interested in magic. And so we actually could, like, hang out, even though, like, most magic people can't stand each other. It's just de fact, right? So I'm sitting in this circle while Luke Madrid's going off doing, like, we summon the name of the spirit, blah, 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 and he's just going off, right? And I'm just thinking, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? We ended up kicking out all the girls. Why did we kick out all the girls, guys? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? We kicked out all the girls. So sitting there wondering why we kicked out all the girls, he says the fucking names again. There's this like, ha! Just, it's hard to explain. It was like a sound, but there was no sound. It was like a change in the room environment, right? So we're like, it's just three of us in a dark room with like candlelight, sitting in a circle, right? But then it's not that. Then suddenly there's like, it's like something jumped out of the fucking triangle, the little goddamn page, right? And I'm going like, what the fuck is happening here? Did we do it? The fuck? And I'm like, suddenly there's this feeling of like somebody in the hallway, like this. And I didn't know what the fuck to make of it. The only way I can describe it was through my experience of what I have experienced through pop culture, which seems to be a great way to express things because then other people can look at it. So I'm seeing this thing sitting in the fucking hallway, like, it's not like it's visible. It's not like I can actually see it. It's as if there is something there, right? And like the mind's eye is seeing as if it felt like somebody is sitting there in the hallway like this, clutching like robes or something, like, what the fuck you want? You know, like, why are you here? And the only way I could describe it was a character from the old Spider-Man cartoon. Because I didn't know about Black Panther, right? Because that was a bunch of bullshit they had to pull out of their Marvel had to pull out of their ass. Is that working? Okay, so literally like a bunch of shit Marvel had to pull out of their ass, right? With Black Panther. Why isn't it working? Is it working? Okay, good. Alright. So, I see this character, and it looks like the Prowler from the old fucking Spider-Man cartoon. It was like as if it was robed in purple and green and like this cat head, and I just like, what? Why did we do it? I guess we did it. And there's this thought in the head like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You know, and I just wasn't prepared for this at all, like at all. And I was like, okay. So Aaron Bass is like, I am Azrael. Right? So anyone who says they're Azrael, right, who's like, I'm the angel of death, just fucking slap him, dude. Please slap him. It's the most annoying thing, and everyone's like, well, I have to be the darkest, coolest fucking thing, right? Luke Madrid's like, I want to learn about fucking the life-death mystery and blah, 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 blah. It's fucking dumb, right? And he's going through a bunch of family nonsense because he asked for that. Me, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, dude. Okay. You okay? You're here, right? You're a spirit, and you're here. And I'm trying to rationalize this, like, dude, there's like something in the hallway that doesn't have a body. So I'm thinking, it's like, hey, I want to be an artist, right? Because the spirit we summoned, and I'm going to give it out here. So the spirit we summoned was 54 or 56. 54 or 56. And it's not based on the number. What it is the actual spirit. Yeah. No, 57. 57. Spirit 57, right? So this guy is spelled O-S-E or V-O-S-O. So it's two names. Well, two different names, same spirit, right? And then this spirit seems to be the one that everyone fucking runs into when they're playing around with Goetia, but Ouija boards. Zoso, Voso, Ose, right? So those are the names. And its description is that of a cat that puts on the guise of human after you convince it to. And its ability is to turn anyone into anything that they want for the duration of what they want. Learning more about the spirit, it turns out it's the god of lycanthropy. And I have a story about that one. That one involves LSD, so you can't really trust anything. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I want to be an artist. And well, I've always wanted to be an artist. I do martial arts, I paint, I try my hand at visual arts, and I like to think I'm musically inclined, but like I don't really play any fucking instruments. And so I'm like, okay, spirit, I want to be an artist. Little did I realize that the shape of an artist is that of a poor fucking person, right? This is the ultimate joke. Is that to be an artist means you're going to be like a struggling artist or an unappreciated artist, or you're like all this shit, right? And looking back, it was kind of the dumbest thing, but even in this book, the Poke book, it warns you not to do that spirit as your first one. And I didn't learn this till like years and years later, and I'm just like, fucking A, why do we do the stupidest thing first? Okay, why? Why do we do the stupidest thing first? And, well, the one thing that I took away from this experience, besides the fact that it's not that shit is real, it's that it is real enough in the experience as to merit more investigation. And actually dealing with these spirits, because I've dealt with the same spirit again and sort of told it like, nah, I'm done with that nonsense, right? These spirits are very, very strange. The way I would describe the Goetia, because everyone calls them demons, or at least the Christianized version calls them demons, they're not demons, they're daemons, they're spirits, right? Spirits. But they're like homeless versions of spirits, right? And not saying that like, oh, these spirits don't have a place to live. No. What they are is they're like homelessness. A spirit of homelessness. Like you'd see a homeless person who's like gross and grungy and gritty, and their clothes are like greasy and disgusting, and you don't want to touch them. Yeah, this is what those spirits are like. This is what the Goetia is like. They are like vomit, you know? The acids and stuff of vomit belong in your body, right? And they don't do anything abnormal when they're inside your body. But when it's outside of your body, it's gross and it smells and it's disgusting. These are what those spirits are like. These are like deep internal spirits of human consciousness that like when you bring them to the forefront, it's gross, and it kind of disrupts everything going along, because you got to remember these are rebellious spirits, or the spirits of rebellion. So it's about like thwarting what is going on. And the one thing that I've noticed that the other guys who were there with me didn't notice is that you're not really supposed to talk to them outside of ritual circumstances. That, like, this is something that I've noticed that, like, E.A. Coetting would do, is, like, he would deal with the spirit, then, like, through, like, a ritual. Then, later on, like, maybe he'll be, like, sitting there smoking a bowl on his porch, and then, like, the spirit will appear and start talking to him. That kind of shit is frowned upon, because mostly you don't know if that's the actual spirit. You don't know if that is something taking on the guides of the spirit. You don't know if it's fucking with you or if it's getting something out of you. But as for spiritual evocation, I fell in love with it when I first did it, and it was quite amazing. I thought, hey, this is really cool stuff. I want to try it with other things. And, well, not only can you do this with other systems or other spirits, you can do it with like almost any spirit. You can do it with Pokemon. You could do it with the Valar from the Tolkien. You can actually pull up the concepts of the Valar and be like, all right, I want to talk to Tumno or fucking Manwë or some shit like that, and be like, oh, cool. I got basically like a sky god or an ocean god or some stupid shit like that. And, yeah, so that was my first time doing Goetia. And then I guess those guys, they decided they wanted to do the thing without me. And this seems to be a continuous thing, mostly because Aaron Bass didn't like the fact that I was on him because he was a heroin addict at the time. But I don't think like hardcore drugs and magic should be mixing, because then you got like, oh, to get my fix, I'm gonna do some fucking magic, which will set in motion fucking, basically like an astral shape that moves matter around it, right? Getting further into the theories of the things is maybe for another video, and well, I still can't get out of my mind that experience. Just sitting there, thinking, just feeling like a jack. And this is the most important thing. I was sitting there feeling like a jackass for telling all the girls to leave, until suddenly the thing we were trying to do was way more exciting than like trying to get laid. Okay, which is you know, it is what it is, and it was a very, very strange experience. So this this system is not for everybody because you basically it's like playing with fire, and a lot of people aren't ready to be playing with fire. All right, that's me. I gotta go.